And what I really meant by that statement is getting Trey Lance injured in the fashion he got hurt. That would have done it. So he would have got his walking papers soon as we found out that Trey was no longer going to be upright. And this is year 2 when he should have been ready in year 1. But as an owner, you came to me and sold me and told me this dude had the goods. And now I can see it. I can see the forest. He was supposed to be ready year 1. For whatever reason, you didn't have him ready. If the kid wasn't ready, I'm not going to fault him. You chose him. You used up all this capital, and I gave you a pass. Jimmy, enter Jimmy. Then this offseason and this season, you used him like he was Roger Craig, the fullback. And that is negligence. And now I'm looking at what I thought you did well. But when we have a 10-point lead on the biggest stages, you can't close the deal. Am I supposed to blame all the 53 players, or do I look in the mirror and say, okay, this dude's got some positives, but I don't think he can get it done, and that's where I'm at. And right now, whatever the people listening, texting, twitching, YouTubing, whatever you think of Kyle Shanahan, I think the same thing, but I think he's buried himself. He will never get out of this hole. And this hole is now you got a quarterback who's basically being insubordinate, okay, is average at best, and now is not in football shape, but you brought him back because your ego thought he would bow down just to stay in red and gold uniform. And, let me hit rewind. I don't know what I got with what I spent on Trey Lance because I don't believe you trust him or think he's the guy. This is ugly, and that's why I said it has the ingredients for a disaster. And I think the disaster, you can hit the stopwatch on it and start it. We're watching it. It's bigger than ball.
What does that mean?
Our future is effed.
Well, it's not bigger than ball if they win. What if they win?
They're not winning, okay? And now you got the sideshow of whatever's going on between your current quarterback, who you said, but Stoney, this is all bad all the way around. And people, let me just remind you, and I'm not being negative, Nancy, Trey Lance is not on a vacation in the Bahamas. He's wrecked. And he's wrecked because of the way you used him. And you got to pay for that, man. And if you're saying and sending the signal that I think you don't trust him throwing the ball, you picked the wrong person, or I was right all along. You were forced to draft that kid and come up off who you really wanted. This is bad.
Real quick, just to clarify, would you have fired him after the Rams game or after he got hurt?
After the Trey Lance.
After week 2 of this year.
No doubt, Stoney.
Robert in Sunnyvale. What's going on, Robert?
Oh, not much. I'm just bringing up the Kyle and Deebo Samuel.
Okay.
How about when Deebo said he was being overused in all kinds of different parts of the field, and he was being overworked, I'm surprised they didn't use Kittle last week with a hurt groin coming back overdone too much,
What's your gripe with you?
But I'm just saying, Kyle figures these are ball players and they can play wherever he wants to put them.
Thanks for the call, Robert. Let's go get somebody who agrees with Goo. Steve's in San Francisco. What do you got, Steve? You're with Goo, huh? Really?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Guys. Goo's going a little far with firing after the NFC Championship game, but I absolutely agree with him regarding after Trey got hurt. This is like if a big commercial real estate company bought a new skyscraper, and then all of a sudden the CEO is playing with matches around it, and the place burns down, and then he says, I didn't do anything. I mean, the quarterback is the most important asset to any NFL franchise, and you traded 3 first-round draft picks, and then you wrecked them. That is a fireable offense. I'm with you, Goo.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate the call.
And another on the table is you talked about the defense being so stellar and why his offense boring. I think Kyle's wasting this defensive window.
You can't take that was Damon's take.
What you mean Damon's take?
Oh, he came out with that one. It was a good line, too.
I'm not Ricky Henderson. No, great minds think alike. That's my dog.
Yeah.
But did he say that?
He did. He did.
I mean,
how about this one? You ready?
We can. They're wasting the D. He's wasting it right before our eyes. They're doing it the first couple games. The D know I ain't stealing this tape.
One of the things that I was thinking about. Okay, so now you got Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jimmy Garoppolo is a different kind of Jimmy Garoppolo. Now he's a little more frisky, and now Kyle Shanahan's being questioned, and now are there whispers in the locker room? And I was thinking, well, Jimmy Garoppolo is not going to put rats on the table, but you know what? He might put some mice there.
Right. Mm-hmm. And do you think he did that at the podium when he's? Yeah, I'll give you two. Too many fours being thrown out. I listened to Shasky, Monte Willard, and did too many fours. You used to have to earn a four. Now four is just between everybody. That's euphoria. We're happy. But anyway, I hate that Damon said that. Well, you both said it. But I mean, you're over there talking arrogance. I'm just telling you, it's bad. It's worse than you think. That's what point I'm trying to hammer home to folks. This is ugly now.
TC on YouTube. Anybody in this chat or watching this or listening and don't think Kyle should be fired, okay. That's kind of what I need to understand this. Where are we as a fan base? I mean, listen, I'm skeptical of Kyle. I'm not crazy about Kyle, but I am not saying he should be fired.
So where are you at? What can he do to fix this?
Get the playoffs. Make the playoffs. Make the playoffs.
Hold on.
Make the playoffs.
I'm going to say
That's
something.
It. I don't care about the noise. Make the playoffs.
So you moving the goalpost. You're the guy that said, and you weren't by yourself, Jimmy coming back, it's Super Bowl or bust, Goo. You didn't say guru, you said goo.
No, I don't say Super Bowl or bust.
You
I think
said
it's a
now
joke.
that Jimmy took over the helm, it was back to Super Bowl or bust. Playoffs, that was for Trey Lance. So, meet me halfway now. We'll pull the tape.
No. Trey
that
Lance
was my
needed
other radio partner?
I never said Super Bowl.
Or bust.
No, I'm sure I said a couple wins for Jimmy. Win a game, lose a game.
So
all right, whatever.
All right.
Super Bowl or bust. I'll say it. With Jimmy, yes, they got to get. How about this? They got to get back to the NFC Championship with Jimmy.
All right.
How about that? Okay,
that's fair.
All right.
But what you and Dibley agreed on is what I'm taking homage to, Steiny. You ruined Trey. So Trey is not in college about to grad. You had your chance to make Trey Captain James T. Kirk, and you ruined him. Trent Dilfer says his career's over. I won't even go there, but we don't know if he's wrong. So I don't think you're holding Kyle accountable for mismanaging Trey. To where now we got, we got a more frisky Jimmy Garoppolo who may be a lesser quarterback. Now you got a lesser quarterback ready to buck.
So here's the thing, because I think you might be right. The way I was going to judge Trey Lance's season was make the playoffs.
Okay.
And I don't care what happens after that because he's a rookie. Once Jimmy Garoppolo became the starter or played in week 2,
gotcha.
My feeling is, okay, well, now you judge it on comparison between this year and last year. That's simple.
Yeah.
That's simple because whether you like it or not, whether it happened by accident or not, you're running it back. The 49ers are running it back. They made the NFC Championship game last year. I don't care if it's happenstance. They're running it back. Okay? So it better be worth it. In other words, you better make some noise. I'm not one of these guys who, if they don't win the Super Bowl, it's a failure. But yeah, with Jimmy Garoppolo, you better make the playoffs and you better make some noise. I'll wait to see how it ends. But yes, they do need to make the playoffs and win a game or two with Jimmy.
And they got a Super Bowl defense. And already, we're not in week 7 or 8. It's already, Ray Charles can see that the defense has been awesome, but yet they tire because they're not getting help. And then they give something up at the end, and they lose 2 of those games. What's going to happen if this doesn't get better offensively by week 7, 8? The defense has no chance. And now Trent Williams, the best player, 99 on Madden, on your team, is gone for 6 to 8 weeks. Guess who ain't walking through that door, Steiny? Elijah Mitchell. And then you got to do, and I know yesterday when I said Jeff Wilson Jr. ran hard, I hate when you kind of cook the books because JD did this to me. If you take away that long run, he really only averaged such and such. That's true, but that's not the truth. Because the truth is, he averaged 6.5 yards a pop, and you only ran him 12 times. My point to you, Kyle, I don't know what he's doing. Too much is going on up top, and I'm done, Steiny. I'm done. I don't think he gets back from this mess. It's a mess. And then, on top of that, the injuries. We don't even know who to put that on. If you say I'm being overbearing with that, okay. Well, you're the head coach. So why is my team always injured if I'm yours?
No. They do not have more injuries than other teams. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it. I looked at the Chargers today.
Yeah.
They're missing like 7 starters. I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
They got to make the playoffs.
They should do more than that with Jimmy. Let's go to Aaron in Berkeley. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, man?
Hey, guys. I'm good. I want to say I was at the NFC Championship game with the Rams and 49ers, and unfortunate for the audience, but my mom is a season ticket holder for the Rams at SoFi, so I was cheering for the Rams. But the 49ers would have won that game if Shanahan just gave Debo the ball. The Rams could not stop them at all. Also, I forget his name, but Stafford threw a clear pick, and I thought the game was over, and then the guy dropped it. But
right,
I don't know. Shanahan's play calling has been I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me sometimes. The Super Bowl in 2020 season, in that game, just give Debo the ball. They would have won the game. They could not stop him.
Thanks, Aaron. Coach is scared a little bit. And that's the weird part. The coaching, maybe not scared, but
you're up,
overly conservative coaching.
When you have the lead.
Which you wouldn't expect from a guy with his personality and his reputation. You wouldn't think he'd be kind of scared. But I think he is.
And the proof is in the pudding, Steiny. To me, I'm not a ball coach. I'm a gambler by nature. When I have the lead, that's when I would tend to be a little more aggressive. But whatever mechanism he has, when his teams are up on the biggest stage, he can't close it. But yet we just, you're just citing two. That's a thing. And then now we got the Chicago game. I don't care what the weather was like. We got Denver game. You're winning the whole damn game. And for whatever reason, the Niners just can't take off like a deer in the woods and run away from you. His recipe and formula is everything is just close.
John in San Jose. What's going on, John?
Oh, fellas. I've never called a radio station before, but I had to pull the damn car over, and because you guys are making me crazy today.
Why?
Crazy. First I was on Goo's team, and then I was on Steiny's team, and now I don't know which way I'm going. But the bottom line is, Shanahan, you look at the way he scripts the first series, and it's bam, 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 dink and dunk, get down the field, score.
Okay.
And then his ego takes over, and he goes away from that. He never repeats it. It's just he's a first drive only coach. It makes me insane.
Interesting.
Wow.
How come you're against me now, though, John?
Well, I'm typically against you.
Thank you, John. Appreciate
Who the hell is John?
Appreciate the call, John. Thanks for listening too.
So when's it? Okay, if I'm being irrational, I'm asking you, Matt.
I think saying you would have fired him.
Well, you kind of said. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting? So next year,
I'm not
because it sounds like
after
Trey Lance is all before you pick your pen up, your red pen to judge this man again. You're not going to do it until Trey comes back.
No, I'm not. Let's see how this year goes. I'm not firing him now.
So you're
firing him now,
right?
Okay. By the way, who
but
you
I'm
hiring?
still watching.
Who you hiring?
And if he gets to the Sean Payton.
He's not coaching until next year.
Well, he said the right opportunity arises.
Okay. So then you're going to bring DeMeco Ryans to be the interim and then go to Sean Payton.
No. DeMeco following Robert Saleh's steps, by the way, doing a phenomenal job.
They were 3-5 last year. They made the playoffs. All right. I'm not firing Kyle Shanahan right now when they're 1-2. and the NFC isn't great, and you can rationally expect the 49ers to get a little bit better, I think, over the course of the season.
But you don't have anything built in on it could go left like the Giants.
So, well, wait till it happens. Why would you say
because
it looks like a bad year?
You guys are telling me it's a big deal. That
so what do you want to do right now? Right now, what do you want to do if you're the Niners?
I just want people to admit this is worse than it looks.
I'm not
going to do that. You got a quarterback, the only quarterback on your roster, the starting quarterback mouthing off, saying the play sucks.
Mouthing off.
Or basically flipping off the coach.
Come on.
If you're telling me it means something, then what's part 2 of that?
Well,
you don't just get to go against your coach and there's no fallout. This ain't last year at 3-5. That's what has me like 3-5 last year. Everything was everything. There was more trust. Now there's backstabbing. We got reports coming out about.
You said 2 days ago this is great. Nothing's gotten out of the locker room.
I'm not a player.
Nobody has said it to the press.
Well,
Jimmy
Mike
still
Silver
hasn't done it.
But again,
where are you on that?
I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50.
Because 2 days ago you were like, I got to give Shanahan credit because it's all been kept in the locker room.
Okay, and now I wake up this morning to a video to where I dismissed it because he hasn't stepped to a mic to say it out loud. That would be a problem. But all my comrades are, and my partner's telling me, Goo, that's a big deal. What I'm telling you is this is not 3-5 last year. They were 2 peas in a pod.
Bad.
Now they're.
It's not as bad as 3-5.
Jimmy feels like he's being held down or whatever. There's some dissension among them two. And you told me if they're not on the same page, they're doomed.
Yeah.
So it's not good in the hood right now.
Right, but
more than just football and the injuries.
But you said you're right. It's not good in the hood right now after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not firing Shanahan. You're firing Shanahan. So that means you are out on him. On Shanahan. I'm not out like that. I'm going to let him coach. I'm going to let him coach this year.
I got you.
And see how we do.
And I know that's not going to happen, but I'm telling you now, those warts that we see and he'll get it fixed and rectified, those are permanent. And they're scars. And you know what? Your starting quarterback who you divorced is scarred mentally. And now we're up here, what's he doing? I mean, who could prosper coming back after you got fired? I don't know. I just was honest with you. I couldn't do it.